Hi everyone. In today's video, we will see how you can create a accordion in React. So basically, what is accordion is basically in lot of website you might have seen there is a section called frequently asked question, where you have multiple question and you can expand only one question at a time. And if you expand a question and if you try to expand another question, then whatever question that you expanded before that gets automatically closed. So that is what is an accordion. So here is the application that we will be building today. So we have three questions. Now if we click on any of that, it is expanded. And now if we click on the second one, so the first one automatically gets collapsed and the second one gets expanded. So that is what an accordion does. So we will be building that. And also one thing is that, so first of all, by default this icon will be plus icon. Now if it is already expanded, then it automatically becomes a minus icon. So that is also we will be building today. So now let's start. So I have opened my VS Code and I have created a blank React project using Vite, and I have started the local server. And first of all, what we will do is that we will create some data for our accordion. So here we have some data for our accordion. So it's an array of objects, and each of the objects has a two property. One is called question, another is called the answer. Now the next thing is we will create a accordion component. And now I will render this accordion component in the app.jsx. And whatever data that we have, this parameter, this data thing, we will pass it as a prop. And in the accordion component, we will extract that prop here. And now let's see. Okay, so if we refresh the screen, so our accordion component is being rendered on the screen. Now the next thing will be, we have some data. So we are getting some data from the app component, so we'll just render those data. Okay, so now we can see that whatever data that we had passed in the accordion, so those questions and answer are being rendered in the screen. And now we will create a file called accordion.css, and we will add some styling there. So we have created some styling and we will paste those styling here. And now we will assign the class names here. So here we have pasted the styling, and if we go back to the main screen, so you can see we are able to see the questions and also the answers. So the basic structure of our application is completed. Now we have to actually make the main part, which is to, like, when you click on this question, then it should collapse that. So now let's try to implement that part. And first of all, I will create a state here, and that state will have the index of the current active accordion. And you know that in one time only one accordion can be activated on one time. So I'll create a state for that. Now what we will do is that whatever accordion is active, we only want to show the answer of only that. So now let's try to see. So whatever accordion that is not active, for that we don't want to show this answer part. So I will assign a class name here conditionally. So let me do that. If the index is equal to current active index, then I will assign the class name as answer. Otherwise I will assign a class name called hidden. And if we go to the accordion.css, so we have a hidden class which shows the display none. That means the answer will not be shown. So now if we go back, if we refresh the screen, so you can see only the first question is being visible, and that is because we have set the current active index as 1 as 0. So that is the first element. If we set it at 1, then the second, that means then the second accordion is active. Now the next thing is to, when we click on the first accordion, then we want it to be active. If we click on the second one, then we want it to be active. And when we click on the second one, we also want the previous one, whatever it was active before the first one, with that we want that to be collapsed as well. So that functionality we have to build now. So I will create a function here, and this function takes an index, and I will add this function here. So basically when someone clicks on this question, then I want this function to be run. Now here what I will do is that accordion that user has clicked, if that accordion is already active and if that is already expanded, then I will if that is the case, then I will just make it as null, and else whatever user has clicked, that should be active. Now if we go back here, if we refresh the screen, it's not working. Let's see what's went wrong. So actually I made a typo here, it should be on click. Yeah, this is the correct spelling of the on click. Now if we go back, if we refresh the screen, if we try to expand it, it is expanding. If we try to expand it, it is expanding, and if we try to expand it, it is expanding. And the main thing is that when we expand this one, it is expanding. Now if we click on this one, this third one should automatically be collapsed. So if we click on that, so that is also working fine. So I think, yeah, so I think it's done. I did not focus much on the styling, but you can style it as per your own styling. So just to give an overview, what we did is that first of all, in the app component we created some data which has the question and answers for our accordion, and now we have just passed that data as a prop to the accordion.jsx component, and inside that accordion we are just mapping through that data and we are rendering that. And now whenever someone clicks on the question part, this question part, then what we are doing is that we are checking if that index is the current active index. If that is the case, then suppose user is clicking on this one and this is already active, this is already expanded. So in that case, if we clicks on someone, then this condition becomes true, and then we want it to be collapsed, and that is what we are doing here. So we are just setting the active index as null, and else, that means suppose it is already closed. Now if your user clicking on this one, we want it to be active. So that is what we are doing in the else part. So if we click on that, then we are just setting index of this one to the as the currently active index, and that means this is being expanded. And then to hide the question part, so what we are doing is that if the index is matching of the current active index, then only we want to show the answer. Otherwise we are just setting a class name as hidden, and that class name has a property called display none, that you already know that if it is display none, then that will not be visible in the screen. That is how we are hiding the answer of the inactive accordions. Now we want to make one more thing, is that so basically we want to add a plus icon here. So when the accordions are collapsed, then we will show the plus icon, and when the accordion is expanded, then we will show it as a minus icon here, collapsible icon here. So let's do that. So let me add a span here, and we will be using this plus icon as the the expanded icon, and I will give it some class name. Let's just see if it is, yeah, so it is visible in the screen. So let me give it a class name called icon, and then in the icon we will be adding some, so we already have some styling in the icon classes. Now if we refresh the screen, it's not visible. Let me see, let me comment these two out as well. Okay, so now it is visible. So we want this to be positioned here, so let's try to do that. Let's see if we add some styling here, maybe 30 pixel. I think it is going on the right side. Let's add 30 pixel. Yeah, it's going right side. Now we'll just add some styling on the bottom, maybe 30 pixel. Yeah, so I think it looks good. I'll make it 25 pixel. So yeah, our collapsible icon is positioned properly, and if we expand this, so there is a gap between the answer and the question. Let's fix that. So we'll add some styling here. Now if we see, so we can see that our answer is close to the question. Now yeah, so it is working fine. Now what we have to do is that when we are expanding this, we want this icon to be minus icon. So let's do that. In the accordion component, what I will do is that I will add a similar component here, and I will add a condition here. So if the current index matches with the accordion current active index, then only I want to show this minus icon. I think that's okay, and let's create a copy of that. Otherwise I will want to, and if we let me reverse this condition here. Yeah, okay, let's make it plus. Okay, there is some error, let's see. So you want to make it like this. Now if we refresh the screen, so our error is gone. So yeah, now it is working fine. So you can see, like, when it is not expanded, then you are seeing the plus icon. Now if we click on the question, it becomes expanded and we see the minus icon. So yeah, that is working fine. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. So this is how you can, you can create a simple accordion in React, and you can expect this kind of question in the machine coding round in a React interview. So yeah, that is how you can create a accordion using React. And now, this accordion component is totally reusable. That means you can use this accordion component anywhere in the application. All you need to do is that you have to just pass the data as a prop. So whatever question answer data that you want to show, that data you have to just pass as a prop to this accordion component, and then you can use it anywhere in the application. So that's it for this video. I hope this video was useful. If you still have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.